We've talked about this before, and we'll talk about it again. The impact of capitalism on being probably the primary driver as to why the state of Israel still stands. Because let's be honest. Thank you, Rocky. We really appreciate you being here, my friend. And that is an adorable little kittle that you have right there, I have to say. All of our UK friends,
it's Rocky Fluffy Whiskers.
Yes, an adorable little kitty.
Whiskers.
But greetings from the UK. Happy to have you here. And everybody, please remember to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. This is one of the ways that we help beat the algorithm. What I would say,
I did see that, and it was hilarious to me. But yes, I did see that.
Well, Lindsey Graham's married to Israel, so he does exactly what his spouse tells him to do. The problem with capitalism when it comes to the issue of Israel is that there's a lot of people who don't want to deal with Israel, who don't want to deal with their people, their culture, etc. But what they are willing to overlook is all of those flaws, those deeply genocidal flaws, if there's an opportunity to make money. And if there's an opportunity to make money, there's a lot of people out there with their hands out who will just say, oh, it's really terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, but I'm going to invest in them. And you'll be seeing a clip that I did the other night regarding another NBA superstar, Kevin Durant, who invests in Israel's drones as well. You have to remember, there are people here in this very country. Think about Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania, and his level of interest in making sure that the state of Israel thrives. James Tallarico has been pointed out by friend of the show, Blakely. He's a Zionist. Or if he's not a Zionist,
Minnesota's in the house.
Minnesota's here, and we're always appreciative to have those people here. Did you hear Jesse Ventura came out today and said that if you want to support the war in Iran, you should be signing up your own children to be conscripted into military service?
Timmy D's, are Israelis still burning down forests in Patagonia? Probably, you betcha. But I also think that they're setting stuff on I heard something, tell me if I'm imagining this, that they were doing, that was going on in Australia too. That they were setting fires in Australia in a similar manner too. Which wouldn't surprise me because there's definitely there's a Zio link there that is also like unholy and gross.
Well, I bring this up because if you think that we're attached to Israel for a reason. We're attached to them because I do believe that the Hannibal Directive is real. I believe that I'm thinking of the Samson option is real, and that when you make little vile threats like this is one of the primary reasons I believe Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Whether he was assassinated or not is still a debate that some people like to have, but let's just assume that he was. The whole issue of getting in the way of what has always been this unholy fake nation's purpose was to create the Greater Israel Project and at the same time take down Persia, the Iranian regime, if you will. And so this was a message that Netanyahu put out on Friday. I want you to listen carefully to what he says.
Now, ballistic missiles that are intercontinental ballistic missiles for 8,000 kilometer range. What does that mean? They add another 3,000 kilometers, and they've got under their atomic guns, New York City in target, Washington, Boston, Miami.
Where your son lives?
Now, is he trying to imply that Iran is somehow going to target U.S. cities? No, the only nation that would ever target American cities with nuclear weapons is Israel.
Yes, is him. He's the only. This right here is the only person that would do that, and everything else with him, his commentary is always his thought process, right? So accusations are projections and confessions, and that's what he's doing. No, the Iranians, that's not how they roll. Do you guys remember all the stories over the years where the Iranians have been threatening the world with nuclear annihilation? You know how that they're just constantly doing things and threatening the world with nuclear annihilation? You know how they're always doing that? Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
What he's talking
crazy
about,
person, and well, he's going to do it, and then he'll try to make it look like it was them, except for it won't work. We see it.
this is the whole purpose of why this is so detrimental, because they're really trying to equate this idea that everything is either our way or no way. And for the people that are in elected positions in federal government, because they're so enamored with the life, they're so ready, willing, and able to just go along to get along. And I'm noticing, the other thing I'm noticing is when you look at some of the commentary on social media, you know, even somebody like AOC who comes out and says no war with Iran, and pretty much everybody has been saying no war with Iran, which is great. And then you find out that there are people who are actually paid on behalf of Israel to say, oh, how dare you? What do you think about the 30,000 Iranian citizens that were murdered? First of all, there's probably close to 1 million Palestinians that were murdered. But, you know, let's pretend that that didn't happen. There is no verifiable truth whatsoever that the Iranians were killing their own people in such massive quantities. In fact, what has been proven beyond any doubt is that Mossad was on the ground in Tehran, causing all of the violence and the chaos to start in the first place.
Yeah, Jaya, I believe that this motherfucker is threatening us. That's what he's doing.
Oh, 100%.
He's just swinging his dick around saying, if you guys don't play along, well, those are cities we
Those bombs are going somewhere.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, he is threatening us. That is absolutely what he's doing.
Mar-a-Lago. Okay. So that is a very great danger. You don't want to be under the nuclear gun of these people who are not necessarily rational and who chant death to America.
I agree. It's like, honestly, everything he says is completely true about Ziohel.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, he's been
right, make it stop, make it stop. He's so gross.
He's been feeling his oats for way too long. And I bring this up because we, once again, are trying to do everything in our capacity to try to make a change here. And that's what I discussed last night with Keaton and Russell. We don't have the bandwidth necessarily at this moment to do some of the things that we would like to do. However, we do have a PAC, and our PAC is designed to try to fight back against this.
We're trying, and it's hard, guys. I'm going to be honest. We're struggling. And the reason we're struggling is that in order to run a PAC, it costs money. So when we're dealing with only small dollar donations, it can keep itself going, but we're not really able to really do any big projects because the money is, and I don't want it to go anywhere administrative. Peter and I are getting paid, but in order for the ads to get, right, not at all. The administrative costs are literally running the ads and getting the ads done and all that stuff. And so basically the way it is right now is it's sort of paying for itself, but we haven't been able to do anything. And it's a struggle. And what we really need are some like angel benefactor type donor sponsors. Small dollar donations are really nice and it's great. But at the end of the day, if we can't get some significantly larger benefactors, it's not going to work, because I'm not happy just doing this just for that without being able to really do something.
Yeah, and there's so many guys that just, their whole purpose is just to make money. Our purpose is to make a difference. And so here's an example of an ad that we've been putting out there on social media.
Into Israel, where ICE agents and DEA agents trade with the Israelis, and they bring those tactics back here.
The Israeli army has been training ICE agents for years. The tactics that Israeli soldiers use to abuse Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza are taught to ICE agents, who then use those same tactics here in America. That is why I founded the Revolutionary Change PAC. We support progressive, anti-Israel candidates and get them the resources they need for their races so that they could stand up to pro-Israel, anti-worker candidates. Chip in $5, $10, $25 now to Revolutionary Change PAC so we can kick the corrupt pro-Israel politicians out of Congress.
All right, that's my first time seeing it, and I do not like how my voice was sped up so much.
Well, it was meant to be done in a 30-second window.
But they gave me too much to say. Well, then they need to edit, because I feel like it sounded like I just sucked on helium balloon. It was kind of weird. Like it felt really kind of weird.
I don't think you did fine.
Well, No, I think I did fine. If you were listening to it at its normal speed, I think it was fine. Thank you. Thank you. It just sounded like, and everybody has always criticized me my whole life for talking too fast. So the fact that I make such a conscious effort when I do videos to not do that, and then they did that and sped it up, it's just, it's against the grain.